Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
So we have a sister who is a product of a biracial relationship, and she has a message for all people in interracial relationships. Take a look.
I just got done crying because I had a fight with one of my family members. I just want to come on here and say, black men and white women, please stop fetishizing each other and having children. You guys bring children into this world with no intention of actually supporting them how they need to be supported. And a lot of the times the random ass white girl that you choose to knock up is racist, and so is her family. You're bringing a black child into this world with one parent that cannot relate to them, doesn't know what it's like to be them. They're a white person, not even a person of color. And when these relationships are based on fetishes, obviously that white person has no intention of learning about black identity or doing anything to be anti-racist or support their children. It's so frustrating to have to deal with constant racial gaslighting and erasure of my identity. The constant microaggressions too, but the gaslighting is definitely the worst. And there's nothing I can do but be isolated. Like, what am I supposed to do? Go continue to be around them even though they refuse to learn and be a subject of their racism? I'm not gonna do it. Stop fetishizing black men, white women, and interracial babies.
So this sister obviously has life experience that she's speaking of. She mentions having an argument with a family member. She is advising black and white people to not engage in relationships if they fetishize about each other. She talks about them folks not wanting to understand the culture, understand black people, or understand why, they may feel the way that they feel about certain situations that come across as being discriminatory. She, although being biracial, obviously one of her parents is one of them folks and one is black, obviously identifies as a black person and probably goes through things that black people go through. Although she is of a lighter complexion, we know that when we're out here, no matter what shade of melanin we are considered to be black. So her experience and her lived experience is what she's going off of, and she is asking that we please stop entering into biracial relationships if we're not prepared to learn about the history. There are several one of them folks, females that are with black men, and then they have biracial babies, and the simplest thing, like being able to take care of their baby's hair, they can't even do. I know from experience of having family members that are them folks, and I have had to school them on how to take care of their baby's hair because it is, mixed hair, and sometimes it could be a little more coarse than their hair might be, and they don't know what products, they don't know how to manage the hair. Some of them chop off all of their baby's hair because they just can't deal with it. I've even heard from a family member in my family say to me, "Oh, I just gave up, so I just cut it off all the time." So I then had to tell her, here are the products you have to use, here's where you get it. I myself have even brought products because this child's hair was a hot mess. And so this sister is saying, unless you want to know and really understand what she is saying and what she's going through as what is a black identified person, then stop entering into these relationships. Learn about the culture. We keep hearing that, they love the culture, but they don't love us, or they love our music, but they don't want us singing it. This is the narrative. But you want to be with the black man or the black woman, but are you prepared to give up your privilege so that you can defend the honor of that black person or black child or black friend or black coworker? Are you prepared to do that? Just to be in a relationship and say, "Oh, I have this beautiful black man or beautiful black woman," isn't enough. What else are you willing to do or sacrifice?
I just got done crying because I had a fight with one of my family members. I just want to come on here and say, black men and white women, please stop fetishizing each other and having children. You guys bring children into this world with no intention of actually supporting them how they need to be supported. And a lot of the times the random ass white girl that you choose to knock up is racist, and so is her family. You're bringing a black child into this world with one parent that cannot relate to them, doesn't know what it's like to be them. They're a white person, not even a person of color. And when these relationships are based on fetishes, obviously that white person has no intention of learning about black identity or doing anything to be anti-racist or support their children. It's so frustrating to have to deal with constant racial gaslighting and erasure of my identity. The constant microaggressions too, but the gaslighting is definitely the worst. And there's nothing I can do but be isolated. Like, what am I supposed to do? Go continue to be around them even though they refuse to learn and be a subject of their racism? I'm not gonna do it. Stop fetishizing black men, white women, and interracial babies. It's traumatizing.
And this is what I feel like this sister is saying. You need to ensure that if you're entering into this relationship, don't let it just be about what they call it, the dream of being with that black person or that black experience. Yeah, no. Based on stigmas or what you hear about the black man or the black woman, and then you just want to try it out. Don't do that. We are not experimental pieces. You can just decide, oh, let me just try it because I've never been with a black person, so I wonder what it's like. No, don't do that with us. Don't do it, because here you have a child who is going through a lot, and it seems to me like from her messaging that she's not being heard. And that's a problem for her, to the point where she's coming on camera to plead. Don't do it. So think about what you're doing and what you're entering into before you do so. And if you choose to do so, please try and learn our culture. Listen, the heart wants what the heart wants. We get it. Love is love, and love has no color, and all of the narratives that are pushed around. Fine, you want to be with somebody of a different race, just make sure you know the culture, especially if you choose to have babies. Because when those babies go out in the road, they are not considered to be them folks. They're considered to be black. So you want to ensure that you know and understand the culture and continue to learn. And when they are telling you and expressing what they're going through, listen and understand where they're coming from and find out how you can help. Like I said, are you willing to give up your privilege? Let me know what you all think about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. You can grab it at the Google or Apple store, or head over to africandiasporanews.org and grab it there. You'll have access to content you won't see here or anywhere else, so grab that app. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Black Experience. Until next time, please be safe, everyone. Peace be.